Kia ora, hello, I'm Philip Duncan. Thanks for joining us for our Tuesday weather update recorded on the 12th of November. High pressure is smack bang over the top of us at the moment, but we've got low pressure on its way. Let's make sense of the animated wind map today showing air pressure. The brighter shading you're seeing all around New Zealand is that higher air pressure out in the Tasman Sea, just off the coast of New South Wales. There is the low that is on its way for New Zealand over Thursday, Friday, clearing away on Saturday. Interesting thing about this map today, high pressure is out to the east and to the west, two centres. In the middle, you've got convergence, and you can see it so clearly on this map today. All the winds coming in, especially in the North Island here, northerlies, easterlies, southerlies, and they all meet in the middle. That's the reason why we're talking about these afternoon showers and downpours, maybe an isolated thunderstorm, and you can see it along the mountains and ranges of both of the main islands. So that is for later on today, Tuesday. We jump another day ahead, going to Wednesday, and you can see a similar setup with these afternoon showers and downpours developing. Some of them could be heavy into the mid to late afternoon. This is 1 p.m, but going through to 3, 4, 5, 6 p.m, you could be seeing some of those showers. Otherwise, it is dry, and as the big high pressure zone moves further to the east, over the top of the Chatham Islands, this north to northeasterly flow comes down across many parts of the country. So winds are still light, but that northerly flow will start to lift temperatures up a little further for most places, another couple of degrees perhaps where you were from the start of the week. So moving through to Thursday, now the low comes in from the Tasman Sea, and that drives in rain early in the morning over on the west coast, heavy falls coming through, and it lingers across the day. The North Island, as that high moves even further away, the winds tilt a bit more northwesterly now. So eastern areas are drier and warmer again after your cool down this week over here in the east. More of those afternoon showers are possible, and wet weather is perhaps more likely coming in at night time. Generally speaking, Thursday doesn't look too wet over the North Island. We may also see rain coming in around Nelson and Marlborough. That's a possibility as well. But most places are warm to even hot again, maybe not quite hot so much as there might be too much cloud around, but you are seeing that warm subtropical airflow coming back down once again. Now Friday's when it all changes. The low makes, landfall's not the right word, but basically the low moves in and across the country and falls apart. You see the subtropical airflow coming down for the north, or at least still you've got northerly winds, so it's not cold on Friday, especially on the eastern side of the North Island. Now as that low disintegrates, you can see these lines of heavy rain. So there could be some heavy falls, maybe even some thunderstorms, because this is all warm air at the top of the country, but the next high pressure zone over here around Tasmania dredging up that colder southerly. You can see the blue line returning. So there will be a colder change coming in to the South Island on Friday. And once we get to lunchtime Saturday, that southerly goes all the way up across the country, because our next big high is rolling on in. So southerly winds coming through, colder along the eastern side of the South Island, cooler airflows returning to the North Island. You have the old switcheroo from the hot nor'westers to a much cooler and showery southeasterly coming through for you on Saturday. Might be sunnier to the north of New Zealand, but still can't rule out a few showers there. The main rain band clearing away, and of course, in comes the next high. So let's make sense of that rainfall. This is the 60-hour rainfall animation from 1 o'clock in the morning Thursday to 1 p.m. on Saturday. The time is here. It's a little hard to see it, I know, but let's kick off this animation. What you're going to see is this low moving in across Thursday, and that rain, here we go, starting to come in, especially as you get into once the sun's come up on Thursday. The heaviest rain here in the brighter shading. Now we're going into Friday, and you can see the next part of it coming through and moving into the North Island. It's lumpy though, so not everyone's going to get those heavy downpours as it moves across and clears away as we go through here into Saturday. This is 1 o'clock Saturday afternoon, and basically you can see that cooler southerly with showers coming into the eastern side of the country, but most of that wet weather clearing away. Thanks to Predict Wind for those maps. You can see them on our app and our website as well. Here we are on Sunday. So we've got the high back in charge, a new one. The other one is way out here to the east, and a bit of an easterly flow returning. Also some low pressure to the north of the country. So most places are dry, might be a couple of showers here in the very north. We get to Monday and we've got a bit of a subtropical development to keep an eye on, because as that high departs, moving through quite quickly, that next high pressure zone, moves out to the Chatham Islands by Monday. That allows this subtropical airflow to come down. So this might feel a bit like La Nina for the top of the country. Finally, some easterlies and humidity and some showers in there. It looks as though maybe going into Tuesday we could be seeing some wet weather from the north and also the next front coming through. Plenty of big storms way down to the south, hugging Antarctica, but what that does is it keeps all of these windy westerlies alive, and they are still surging up and down past New Zealand at times. So while we are seeing a bit of life up there in the tropics and subtropics, boy, the Southern Ocean is still very dominant, strong westerlies, gale force. All the lines you see here, those are all gale to severe gale winds. So that covers a big portion of the map. We're actually outside of the risk zone for now, but I would say spring weather is going to carry on through into December this year. That's all from me for today. See you again tomorrow, Wednesday, with our next update.